Hello students, welcome to Victory Online Academy. In this session, we are going to discuss functions. In this 35-minute session, I'm going to explain all the concepts to you which will help you to score better in your IGCSE exam. So in IGCSE exam, mostly questions on this particular topic comes from composite function, composite function and an inverse function. But before I explain you composite function, inverse function, I just quickly explain to you what function does and how what does it mean and how does it work. Okay, so function is like a machine. Okay, function is like a machine. uh, let's say fx is a function. It says x square plus 1. So it is a machine where we give input in terms of x, and it will process the input, and it gives you the output back. So all the machines in real life work on the same concept. Like if you want to uh, if you want to withdraw money from your ATM machine, so you go to ATM machine, insert your card, enter the code, and then you give instruction to the ATM machine that what you exactly want to do. Either you want to withdraw money, or you transfer fund to some account, or you want to check the mini statement. So you give input. For that particular input, machine process your command, and then corresponding to that, it does the process. It gives you the output after doing the process, right? So all machines in real life work on the concept of function. So functions are a machine which process the input and gives you the output. So for example, if you give x as 1, so what does this machine is going to give you back? So if you give 1, the machine will take 1 as input. It means machine will take the command as 1, and it will process it 1 square plus 1, and the function is giving you 2. So when you give 1, the function will give you back 2. Okay, so that's how the functions work. If you give, let's say if you give -2, then what the function will return you? So let's say let's put -2 here. So -2 square plus 1, so it will give you 4 plus 5. So if you are putting -2, it will return you 5, right? So here x are the inputs or the command, and you give, and these are the outputs by the machine, by the function, right? So this is the introduction of the function. Now let's discuss what is composite function means. So composite function is like, let's say fx is x square minus 1 and gx is x plus 3. Okay, so composite function means they are given as FOGX. This is the representation of composite function. What does it mean? That it means you are putting gx in fx. So you are putting gx in fx. Let me explain you with the diagram what does it exactly mean. So let's say this is your gx, which is equal to x plus 3. Here you give the input as x, and this is the another machine fx, which is x square minus 1. Okay, so what does it mean? FOGX means you give first input to gx, and whatever the output of gx, it goes to fx as input. So output of gx becomes input of fx, right? So that's what it means here. Gx, which is the y value, is acting as a x value for fx. That's what composition of function means. Okay, so if you substitute, I'll give you an example with the I'll give you an example with the value. I'm going to take a value, let's say x is equal to 0. So when you give x is equal to 0, you will get 0 plus 3, you will get g0 as 4. Now this 4 will go inside this fx, okay, and then fx will work on 4 and it will give you the output. So f4 will be 4 square minus 1, which is 15. 4 square is 16, 16 minus 1 is 15. So this 15 is your f g of 0, fog of 0, right? So fogx means you are giving gx as input to fx. So this is the way to solve them. But if you want to find out in terms of x, the expression of fogx in terms of x, so here what we are doing, we are putting gx inside fx, right? So wherever is x, we will replace it with gx. So you will get gx whole square minus 1. Okay, so gx whole square minus 1. Now what is gx? X plus 3. So x plus 3 whole square minus 1. This is your fogx. Now you will get the same answer. You will get the same answer like you got fog0 as 15 when you first substituted x is equal to 0 in gx, and then the output of gx was 4, you substitute to fx. Now, if you substitute directly 0 over here, you will get the same answer. Let's see. Let's see. So FOG0 is equal to 0 plus 3 whole square. One second. One second. 0. Oh, sorry. G0 will be 3. G0 will be 3 here. So 3 square. 3 square. Okay, I made a mistake here. I'm sorry. So when you substitute 0, you will get 3, right? G0 as 3. And then when you substitute 3 here, so you will get 8. Okay. So that's the same answer you'll get it here in this expression if you substitute 0. So 0 plus 3 whole square minus 1. So that is 3 square is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay. So I think now it is clear to you. Either you do in a two-step process or you do a single step process like this, you will get the same answer. So this was fogx. If you want to find out gofx, right, gofx means we are substituting fx inside gx. Okay, so your gx was x plus 3, so now it will become fx plus 3. Okay, and now we will replace fx, which was x square minus 1. So x square minus 1 plus 3, right? This was your fx, x square minus 1 and plus 3. So you will get x square plus 2. So this is your GOFX. Okay, if the question comes like find out the value of GOF 0, okay, so you can directly substitute 0 here. So you will get 0 square plus 2, which is 2. Okay, so this is the answer. Or you can do in two-step process. So GOF0 means first we will find out F0. Okay, so what was what was fx? Fx was 0, x square minus 1, right? So we will find out f0 first because fx was x square minus 1. So we'll find out f0. 0 square minus 1, which will give you minus 1, and now this f0 we will put it in gx. Okay, so g of minus 1, g of minus 1, gx was x plus 3. Okay, so x plus 3. So this was our gx was x plus 3. So we will substitute minus 1 here in place of x. So minus 1 plus 3 will give you 2. So we are getting the same answer. See, we got 2 here and 2 here. So you can do in two ways. First, you find out composite function in terms of x, and then you can substitute the value of x, or you can find out you can directly substitute in the first function, and then whatever the output of the first function, put it in the second function. You'll get the same answer. This is what composition. That's how composition work. Okay, now we will solve some questions on functions. Let me teach you inverse function as well, and then we will solve questions related to both the concepts. So inverse function means the, let's say, how to find out inverse function. The fx is equal to x plus 3. So just replace fx with y, and y is equal to x plus 3. This is the function. We need to find f inverse x. So f inverse x. So simple step, change y with x and x with y. So interchange, and this will become x is equal to y plus 3, and make y as a subject. So y is equal to x minus 3. This y is your inverse function. That's very simple. So first fx you write as y, and that y you change it as x, and x you change it as y, and make y as a subject. That will be your inverse function. That's very simple. One important property is that function and the inverse function are, I'll show you with this example, are mirror images of each other. So if x plus 3 graph is like this is x plus 3 graph. This is the graph of fx. What will be the graph of f inverse x, which is x minus 3? So x minus 3 graph is like this. So this is your fx, and this is f inverse x. Now, as you can see here, the function and inverse function are mirror images of each other about the line y is equal to x. Okay, so fx and f inverse x, are symmetrical about line y equals x. Okay, so they are mirror images of each other about the line y is equal to x. That's what the property is. Okay, so it's very easy to find out inverse function. Let's solve questions now, past papers questions. Okay, so fx is x over 4 minus 3, gx is 6x minus 7, and hx is 2 to the power x. Work out the value of x when fx is minus 0.5. So here fx is given to you minus 0.5. So here fx is x over 4 minus 3. Fx, it's not, x is not given, it is y. Fx value is given. So we replace fx with minus 0.5. Be careful here. So minus 0.5 equals to x plus 4 minus 3. Now you will, this 3 will go that side and becomes 3 minus 0.5, which will give you 2.5 is equal to x plus 4. Now you will get x is equal to 2.5 multiply 4, which will give you 10. So x is 10. Yeah, just hold, take a break of 1 minute. I have to plug in the charger. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So gx is 6x minus 7. We need to find g inverse x. So as I have already taught you that gx, what we'll do, first step, replace gx with y. So y is equal to 6x minus 7. Then interchange y to x and x to y. So this will become x 6y minus 7. And then make y as a subject. So you will get 6y is equal to x plus 7. And then y is equal to x plus 7 divided by 6. That's, and this is your inverse function of g. So g inverse x is x plus 7 divided by 6. That's the answer. Now the third is hx is equal to the power x. Work out the value of x when hx is equal to f13. Okay, so hx is to the power x. Hx is equal to f13. F13. So hx is to the power x and f13. Let's see. So 13 over 4 minus 3. Right? Okay. So we will get to the power x equals to, take the LCM, 4, 13 minus, if you take the LCM, you will get 12. So 13 minus 12 over 4, which will give you to the power x equals to 13 minus 12 equals to 1 over 4. Now, if you simplify this, you will get to the power x equals to 4 to the power minus 1, and to the power x, see, as it is base is 2, we need to make the base 2 here. As the base 4 is there, we need to make base 2. So 4 can be written as 2 square. So now you can write to the power x is equal to the power minus 2, which will give x is equal to minus 2. That's the answer. It's very simple. Okay, now let's move to another question. Okay, so this is fx is equal to x squared, gx is equal to x minus 3 over 2. Find f minus 5. So f minus 5, just need to substitute here minus 5 squared. So its answer is 25. I would say gfx. Gfx means it's like composition, gofx, right? So we need to substitute fx inside gx. So fx inside gx. So gfx will be, so replace x with fx. I'm showing you the step-by-step process. So fx minus 3 over 2. Now what is fx? X square. So x square minus 3 over 2. I think it's very simple question. So 1 mark. Next is g inverse x. So g inverse x, we will follow the same step what we did in the previous question. So gx is x minus 3 over 2. Now replace gx with y. First step, x minus 3 over 2. Now very simple, what you need to do here, replace y with x and x with y. Okay, so y with x, so x is equal to y minus 3 over 2. This is the second step. Now make y as a subject. So y as a subject, so this will become 2x is equal to y minus 3, and then you will get y is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, now this y is your g inverse x. That's the answer. Very simple. Always questions comes on these two concepts, composition of function and inverse function. Okay, these are very easy questions. You can do it easily. Now let's move to the third question. It says find f6. Okay, so you just substitute x as 6. Okay, so you'll get f6. So f6 is 5 minus 3 into 6. which will give you, you can use the calculator do it, or you can do it manually. So it's minus 18 minus 5 minus 18 is minus 30. Okay, now it says fx plus 2. So fx is given to you. In place of x we are putting x plus 2. So wherever there is a x, like see, here is x, here is x. If we are putting x plus 2, so we need to replace x with x plus 2. So fx plus 2 will be equals to 5 minus 3 x plus 2. Okay, so 5, just simplify it. It's very simple. 5 minus 3x minus 6. So this will give you minus 3x. 5 minus 6 is minus 1 and minus 3x. So minus 3x minus 1. That's the answer. Next is fx, means we are substituting fx inside of fx. So fx inside fx, that's what it means. Okay, so first we will replace x with fx. So 5 minus 3fx. Okay, as the expression was 5 minus 3x, so we'll write 5 minus 3fx. Now the next step is replace fx here. So fx was 5 minus 3x. Okay, so just simplify it now. So 5 minus 15 plus 9x. Okay, minus 3 into 5 is minus 15, minus 3 becomes plus 9. So you will get 9x minus 10. That's the answer. Next is f inverse x. So see, again this question has come. Inverse function question, composition function question always comes in exam, and these are very easy to do. So f inverse x we need to find out. We will go step by step. So first let's write fx was 5 minus 3x. Okay, I've copied the question here. Now first step, replace fx with y. So y is equal to 5 minus 3x. That's the first step. Now replace y with x and x with y. So let's replace y with x. So x is equal to 5 minus 3y. Okay, the last step, make y as a subject. So y as a subject, minus 3y will go that side, becomes plus 3y. So 3y is equal to 5 minus x. Now y as a subject, so y is equal to 5 minus x divided by 3. Okay, and that's the inverse function, f inverse x, 5 minus x divided by 3. That's the answer. So always these kind of easy question comes in exam, and you just need to follow the simple steps. These are very easy questions. So I'll revise again what we have learned today. So we have learned today is composition of functions. So composition of functions like FOGX. So FOGX, you substitute GX in FX. So first wherever was X, we are replacing with gx, so this will become gx square minus 1, and gx is x plus 3, so x plus 3 whole square minus 1. Okay, so if the question comes FOG0, you can first find out FOGX and then you can substitute 0, or you can find out G0 first and then put it back in FX. You will get the same answer both the time, and you will get full marks. Okay, you can use any of the two method. So FOGX, you find x plus 3 whole square minus 1, and then you can put it 0 over there and you will get the answer 8. If you want to do in two-step process, so first you substitute 0 in gx, so g0 is 3. Now you feed 3 to fx, so f3 will become 3 square minus 1, which is 8. So we'll get the same answer. GOFX means we are substituting fx inside gx. Okay, So we are substituting fx inside gx. So gx was x plus 3, that's why it becomes fx plus 3. And fx is x square minus 1 plus 3. So you will get x square plus 2. Very simple. And next we learned inverse function. So inverse function, how to find out inverse function? So replace fx with y. Okay, this is the first step. Fx with y or gx with y is equal to x plus 3. Then y becomes x and x becomes y. Inverse function, in inverse function, the y of the function becomes x of the inverse function. Okay, so y becomes x, x becomes y, and then make y as the subject. So y is equal to x minus 3, that is the f inverse x. And that's very important concept, that function and inverse function are symmetrical, mirror images of each other about the line y is equal to x. Okay, and one more thing, that inverse is only defined for one function. Inverse function is only defined for one-to-one function. One-to-one means for one value of x there will be one value of y. It should not be, it's like fx is equal to x square. This is not one function. Why it is not one function? Because at x is equal to 2 and x is equal to minus 2, you will get the same answer, which is 4. So this is called many to one. So inverse is not defined for many to one function. Inverse is only defined for one function like this. Fx is equal to x plus 3. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment.